The German Chancellor Angela Merkel is now being questioned over a military airstrike which killed dozens of civilians in Afghanistan's Kunduz province almost 2 years ago. It comes as the country's parliament voted to extend the military mission in the country by 1 year. Up to 142 people were killed, dozens of them civilians, as a result of the strike on 2 fuel tankers hijacked by Taliban militants. The incident sparked a political storm in Germany, claiming the jobs of several top military officials. Well, for more analysis on this, let's now cross live to Christoph Hörstel, a business and government consultant, joins us now from Berlin. Christoph, good to have you here on RT. Tell us, the German Chancellor is facing a grilling at this very moment over the strike. It's proven to be quite a long questioning. Any revelations so far?
No, there are no revelations. We, in fact, get no news. I am in constant contact. I was until the last minute before this interview about what is going on. One thing is very clear. The weekly magazine Der Spiegel has found out that Merkel, in fact, was lying to Parliament when she promised full revelation of all facts more than 1 year ago. And people knew that she knew, in fact, all the facts 24 hours after that massacre, which in fact cost 137 civilians their lives out of 142 people killed. Just 5 were Taliban.
Well, this sort of thing being revealed at the moment doesn't exactly help Germans, the German cause there in Afghanistan, does it? We've already reported, of course, that the Parliament has decided to extend the country's mission there in Afghanistan. Why is Germany involved? I mean, why is it benefiting from being involved in this conflict?
No, nobody here in Germany is benefiting from this. We count over 30 dead soldiers. The thing is a heavy strain on the morale of the troops. Of course, it's a heavy strain on the people, on the politicians, on everybody. And the story is quite open. We are there because of NATO. To put it straight, we are there because Washington ordered us to be there. And that is going to continue, no matter that 70 to 80% of the German people are opposed to this military engagement.
But nevertheless, as you say, it's part of NATO, is obliged to be supporting the US. But would you say, despite what the population in Germany thinks, is the government enthusiastically supporting the US there or reluctantly?
Nobody here is very enthusiastic about this war we are fighting. It's a very sorry war. We are killing mostly civilians. There is no sign of any better future through NATO in Afghanistan. In fact, we are unhappily losing this war. We are losing the goodwill of the population. And we have lost it in the 10th year now after 2001. We were able to push the Taliban from power quite quickly. And the vast majority of the Afghan people were behind this and were happy about this event. And now the Taliban simply come back. And if you read the New York Times of 2 days ago, the Taliban in south and eastern Afghanistan are re-establishing government, in fact.
But like many other governments in the NATO alliance, Germany says it's very necessary to be part of this campaign in Afghanistan because it protects Germany from the threat of terrorism. It's a good point, isn't it?
That's a very bad point, in fact, because the opposite is true. Because we are there, Germany is more open and more destined to face terrorism, even inside Germany, not alone in Afghanistan. The whole reasoning is completely wrong. We are losing the goodwill of the Afghan people, and we cause hatred among Muslims against Germany all over the world. That cannot be a happy outcome of policy.
It seems to me that you're voicing the concerns of the majority of the German people, because I understand that the Parliament's decision to extend their campaign there in Afghanistan was met with a lot of public opposition, and yet the government doesn't seem to be listening to the people. Is that a typical trait of the democratic process there in Germany?
Well, we have this all over NATO. The German resentment against this war of 70 to 80% is even overcome by the Spanish, where they are 80 to 90%, or like in Britain, against this war. Still, the politicians are not listening, and that means they must be more afraid of Washington than they are of their own people. And of course, this is a very severe political decision to go against your own people as an elected politician, and that means that our democratic structures are no longer well functioning. Our mass media are lying constantly about the Afghan war. Our politicians are lying, and the whole selection process even of members of parliament to be candidates to stand for an election is not democratic anymore, because all these votes are open. So if somebody votes for the wrong candidate, his political career is finished by the top of the political party. This is practice in Germany today. And that is one reason why the members of parliaments are voting constantly in the case of Afghanistan and in other cases against the will of the people.
But looking ahead, all this will be resolved, won't it? Because, like other NATO countries, Germany will be pulling out its combat forces in Afghanistan quite soon. So surely all the protests and the fuss will die down after that, won't it?
Yeah, maybe, but in fact, we will pull out our troops if Washington orders us so, and we will do that no sooner and no later than that. So Germany is not at all sovereign in this decision. And what we have is a lot of empty promises. So there are so many preconditions, for example, that police and army training in Afghanistan are succeeding exceedingly well. There is no sign that this happens, and that is the precondition for withdrawal of troops. So I don't see that withdrawal.
Will a supportive role from Germany in Afghanistan in the future be acceptable at all, as opposed to a combative one? Because obviously Afghanistan, even according to its own government, its own military needs help in the future. You can't just pull out and let everything perhaps become right in such a short time.
Yeah, that's of course true, and what is very deplorable is that even the leftist party, which was opposed to the whole war from the very first day, is not, setting up a complete and well-verified with the Taliban, discussed with the Taliban, exit strategy. We don't have that here, and in my personal case, I have made an exit strategy with the Taliban, with the resistance, with Hekmatyar. I got there okay, and I got nobody in the German government to listen to me, and that's quite interesting. Nobody in NATO even wanted to know about it. Even Obama's people, while there was the election campaign going on in 2008, wanted to listen to it.
Well, we've been listening to you. Christoph Hörstel, thanks very much indeed for joining us live here on RT, business and government consultant live there in Berlin. Thank you.